What is up, my friends? John here with SoCal Outdoor Adventure. It's great to be back with you. Well, it's Saturday morning. I got a couple of errands to do, but before that I could get ready to leave. It's coffee time, and I really need some coffee this morning. So in today's video, we are going to check out a brand new percolator that I've been using as part of my camping kit. And we are going to be looking at the Stanley 1.1 quart percolator. So stick around.
Before we get started here, I wanted to go ahead and send out a quick disclaimer. All the gear that you see in every single one of my videos and in all my video reviews is bought and paid for with my own money. I am not being sponsored by anybody whatsoever to do any type of reviews whatsoever on any of the gear that you see in my videos. My channel is agenda free. I do not accept any type of items unless they are looking for an honest to God review. So everything you see here has an honest to God review from my own experiences.
So this is the 1.1 Stanley coffee pot or percolator pot. And as you can see, this pot is actually pretty small, but it's a really nice coffee pot. And I've actually been enjoying using it for camping, especially when it comes to traveling with my daughter and with my fiance whenever we go camping. We've always talked about getting ourselves a smaller size coffee pot that we can use just mainly for us. But sometimes if we have people around, this actually does work. So you can make up to about 6 cups of coffee with this particular little pot here. The dimensions of this percolator is 8.5 inches tall by 7.3 inches wide, which is very nice. The weight of this bad boy, which is not even mentioned surprisingly, we're going to go ahead and test out the weight right now. So we have everything inside. So let's have a look at the weight. So the weight of this percolator is only 1.26 pounds. So actually, wait a minute, is that right? Let's try that again. Hold on a second. Let me see something here. No, I did have it right. Okay. So this is less than a pound. So it's 2.6. So it's really less than a pound. When you open the coffee pot, let's go ahead and pull everything out. So we're going to pull out the stem as well as the basket. So just the coffee pot by itself is 14.7 ounces. So it's 14.7 ounces. So this coffee pot is very lightweight. As you can see, this pot does have a minimum line and a maximum line as to how much you can fill. And it does come with a very nice basket. And it also comes with a very nice stem to help go ahead and regulate your coffee when using the percolator function. Built for a lifetime according to Stanley. It's 18 by 8 stainless steel BPA free, and it's also dishwasher safe. And it's great for camping, barbecues, day-to-days, and also for tailgating. I've also used this particular coffee pot for bushcraft, and this does work pretty well. The features that this percolator does feature is that you do have, of course, the really nice pot. You've got the nice stem as well as the basket. You've also got your lid with a glass top on top to percolate the coffee. And you've also got your handle. Now, this is something that I thought that was actually going to be a con with this, because when I first got this, I did not know that this rubber part right here actually comes off. So I thought, okay, so this is only going to be good only for like a stove top or perhaps maybe a propane style stove. Well, I was actually wrong. So this rubber piece that is right here on the pot, let me go ahead and take it off the scale. And we'll go ahead and turn the scale off. There we go. Let's set that aside for right now. So basically what we got going on here is that, but this particular pot here with this handle is that the actual rubber portion right here of the handle does actually come off. So if you're working on a stovetop or if you're working with a propane stove, you can go ahead and leave this on, and as long, depending on how high your heat is, it will not melt the rubber. But if you're going to cook on a fire, let me see if I can do this. You know what, I cannot do this on camera. So let me go ahead and turn the camera off, and I'll remove that. Alright, there we go. So I went ahead and took the rubber piece off the pot just so you guys could see that. So if you take the rubber piece off, you're still able to grab the handle of the coffee pot pretty well. And you can also put this on top of a fire to be able to cook on the fire. Now, the one thing I did go ahead and test this particular pot with, I did test this to make cowboy coffee. And it actually came out pretty good. Now, this is something that I find interesting with this particular percolator, and that is the stem of this particular percolator, and I'll explain why. Now, the one thing I do notice right away is that the stem in question is basically very well designed. You got 2 holes on the bottom of the stem, and it's got a really nice basket for the water to go into and to be able to make into the percolator. And one of the good things that I do like about this, let's go ahead and do a pros and cons about this particular coffee pot. First off, the pros. Obviously, the first pro for this particular coffee pot is going to be lightweight. Very simple, very easy to use, and very easy to set up. Second pro to this particular coffee pot is the actual stem for the basket. The stem of the basket is also made out of stainless steel. Now, I've come across percolators before where it has a stem, and the one thing that I've noticed over the years that when you use a percolator pot is that the stem tends to either flatten out and not be able to be user friendly anymore, and that's kind of annoying. So that's when you usually have to take the stem out and use the coffee pot either to make cowboy coffee, or if you're someone that really likes the percolator function, well, guess what, it's going to be time to go get a new percolator. The third thing I also love about this particular coffee pot right here is the price. The price of this particular pot is around $20. You're going to spend anywhere between $20 to $24. And I found this coffee pot at Walmart. I have not seen this pot anywhere else, not even at Target or even on Amazon, which is kind of surprising, but still, this is a very, very nice coffee pot. The cons to this, there's only one particular con that I have with this, and that's going to be the lid, and that's going to be the underside of this lid right here. Now, the underside of this lid does have a little bit of a sharp edge, which I've taken a file. I did take a file and I kind of I sanded it down just a little bit. And the reason why is because one time when I made a pot of coffee with this pot, the lid, I accidentally opened the lid and it actually cut into my finger. But it wasn't that bad. It only left like a little gash. I was able to go ahead and bandage it up. And then once I sanded it down after I came home from a camping trip, I went ahead and redid it. And now the pot works perfectly fine. So that's pretty much the only con I have for this particular pot. I'm going to go ahead and put the rubberized handle back on the pot right now, and we're going to go ahead and get some coffee going. So let's get started. All right, so we have our plastic container and our bowl for the coffee. And this morning's brew is going to be with Death Wish coffee. And in case you guys are wondering, or if you never even had Death Wish coffee, this coffee is really, really good. There we go. I usually put about 4 scoops in there, but I think this time I'm going to go ahead and go just a little bit stronger this morning because I have a big day ahead of me today. Alright, so the stove is on, the pot is on top, and we're going to go ahead and let that warm up, and then we'll bring you guys back when it's about ready. Alright my friends, I wanted to go ahead and show you exactly like what's going on right now with the coffee, with my coffee pot here, with the Stanley coffee pot. Right now it is boiling up the water to push through the spout so it can go ahead and percolate the coffee. The average boil time, the average cook time for the Stanley coffee pot, it just depends. If you're using this at home and you have a pretty controlled environment, I mean, it's been going now for, you know, a little over 7 minutes now. It usually takes anywhere between 9 to 12 minutes. It just depends on how high you have your stove setting at. Right now my stove currently is a little bit close to around medium, so that is not bad at all. And you can see some steam here along the edge of the top of the pot, and it's actually almost getting ready to come up pretty soon here. So I'm looking forward to having a nice cup of percolated coffee. Typically when I'm home, I usually like to make a pot of coffee in my coffee machine, or I like to make a single cup using the single serve system to make coffee. However, this time I decided, you know what, I wanted to go ahead and do the percolator, and I also wanted to go ahead and give you guys my review of this, because I have been using this guy for quite some time now, and it works very, very well. My fiance loves it when I make coffee with this, and it comes out pretty well. So the coffee is actually just about ready. So we're going to go ahead and let this finish up, and we're going to bring you guys back when it's ready. Alright. The percolator is now percolating, and you can smell the coffee just from the front room coming into the kitchen. You can smell it, and it smells really good. Now, I'm not sure how long you guys like to have your coffee percolate. Me personally, I like to have it go ahead and percolate for about anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. I want to make sure that we get all that coffee goodness inside. We're going to go ahead and grab our... Where to leave my mug? That's the one thing I did not... Oh, there it is. It's right by me. We got our coffee mug here today. This is going to be good. Now when you make coffee like this at camp, ugh, I just love the smell of it. Whether I'm using a percolator or I'm making cowboy coffee, or if I'm using the coffee pot that I have from Self-Reliance Outfitters, it's always good no matter what. Alright, let's go ahead and pull this off. Here comes the pour. Look at the color of that. Really nice and goodness. I'm going to leave that on a super low heat in case I decide I want to have some more. No cream and sugar this time, but I am going to use cream and sugar in this, but let's do a taste test without it. Ooh, 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 hot and good. Let me go and take care of a few things with this, and then we'll give you my final thoughts. Got some cream and some sugar in my coffee this morning. Let me tell you, there's nothing better than a nice fresh cup of hot joe when you get up in the morning. It's always good. And like I said, this isn't Folgers. This is Death Wish coffee. The interesting thing is that Death Wish coffee is very, very hard to find in California. But luckily enough, though, I was actually up in Reno a couple of weeks ago with my fiance and my daughter. We went to go visit some family up there. And we went to a local grocery store out there called Smith's, and Smith's had it. So I went ahead and bought a bag so I can try it there and then bring it home with me to try it here at the house. And I have to say, Death Wish coffee, what a combo. Really good, really good. So overall, what do I think of the Stanley 1.1 quart coffee pot? Honestly, I love it. I love it. It's a great little coffee pot. It's perfect for camping, for tailgating. You can use it for bushcraft. If you don't want to use a percolator, you can easily remove it and make cowboy coffee. One thing you do want to make sure you do though is you want to make sure you go ahead and remove the rubber handle guard, so that way you can use the regular handle. Make sure you have a good pair of leather gloves with you, so that way it keeps for you from getting burned on your hands. What else? Price wise is perfect for this particular little coffee pot. I mean, $20 for this particular percolator. It's a good price, very sleek, very simple, and it's not that expensive at all. So this is a perfect coffee pot for camping. Like I said, for camping, bushcraft. You can use this particular coffee pot as well for tailgating, for cooking on a fire. It works really well. I absolutely like it. I love it, actually. I've honestly been a fan of Stanley. I've honestly been a fan of Stanley products for a very long time. I mean, I own two of their thermoses. I have two of their French press. One French press I have not reviewed yet. I'm going to review later on. And then I've also got, and now I have the 1.1 quart percolator pot. And I've had this particular pot for almost for about a good 6 months now, and I have to say I am very impressed with it. It's very well designed, and Stanley makes products that will last you a lifetime. So my rating with this particular Stanley coffee pot definitely is going to be a 9.5 out of 10. And the reason why I deducted a half a point on this particular pot is because of the lid. Like I said, the lid did cut into my skin just a little bit, but once I went ahead and ran a little bit of sandpaper or nail file down on that particular guy, it will help make a difference. But that should not have. That is something that should not have to happen when you purchase a product like this. But it's only a half a point, and it's still a 9.5 out of 5. I absolutely do love it. 1 out of 5 star rating for this pot. Definitely a 5-star rating. I mean, this pot is perfect for camping, for hiking. No, actually I wouldn't say for hiking, but for camping, for bushcraft, for tailgating, for at home if you want to make a pot of hot Joe at home. It's perfect. And the average cool down time depends on your conditions you have in the house or in home. It's about a little under an hour. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review of the Stanley 1.1 quart coffee pot. And if you haven't bought one, I encourage you guys to go get one. I bought this particular pot with my own money, so I am not being sponsored to make this video. But if you like the video, please rate, comment, and subscribe if you're not currently subscribed to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of new upcoming videos. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Now go outside and have an adventure. And have a hot cup of coffee. See you next time. Bye. Perfect.